Hello ladies and gentlemen, Groovy Guy here. Today we're going to be having a look at BOTCON 2007 Timelines Alpha Trion with his buddy Beta MAXX. Oh no, Beta! Anyway, I had this guy out recently for the Alpha Trizer review. Yes! Sorry. Anyway, so I thought I'd do a video on this guy, just the same reason as the other one, just so I can put him back into robot mode, put him back in the cupboard and forget him. Well, I mean display cabinet. Anyway, apologies if you hear lots of banging. I've got many figures out at the moment. Some are comparison pieces. One is just the monster that I've created, so I'm going to be showing that in this video as well at the end. So let's just start off with a quick look at Beta MAXX. This whole figure, Alpha Trion himself, is a redo of what was his name? It was Vector Prime from Cybertron, of course. And once you get Beta MAXX in, he really stays in. There we go. So here he is in his gun mode. He's sort of a receptacle of knowledge. So he's kind of, once Vector Sigma was lost, he was sort of a vessel for the knowledge that Vector Sigma had. So he's sort of a gun which can peg into a Minicon port. There's no handle for him to go into a hand. He can also act as a key for Vector Sigma, which I only just discovered. So there's Vector Sigma. Take the key out, and he can actually be a key, or a replacement key. Bit weird, I know, but, you know, doesn't really balance very well. Looks kind of flippy floppy. But I guess he serves a purpose. He'll be good for jump starting Vector Sigma, I guess. His robot mode is just simply folding that back, folding the legs around, and there you go. You got one nice little purple dude. We get a close up. Come on. There we go. He's sort of got like a little face mask on. Otherwise, there's not really much else to him. He's pretty cool, and that's about it. On to Alpha Trion himself. As I said, he is a BOTCON exclusive. He's a redo of Vector Prime. But being a BOTCON exclusive, he of course has removed electronics. So there's no point in him having a Cyber Planet key. That is also just meant to be another key for Vector Sigma. So seconds of fun there. So quick look at him in spaceship mode. He does have the bendy soft plastic wings. One of them seems to be a bit warped, but looks alright. He's also got a firing missile right there. Pretty vicious too, actually. Let's have a see if we can get this on the shot. Yeah, that's got quite a bit of impact to it. But anyway, other than that, you can pretty much see his robot mode. He's got visible face syndrome. You can see those are his legs. It's just flop or fold down. But yeah, pretty good alt mode for Alpha Trion, even though he doesn't really seem to have any. Oh yeah, he's also got a, so you can see that side there, it's all gears and cogs. This side here, not much there. That's because it's a removable sword. Yay! Woo! So he loses part of his aerodynamics. But I think you can forgive that of a hidden sword. But I really do like how well the sword goes in, because you can't really see that it's a sword, unless of course you look at it from the side. So yeah, there's a quick look at his spaceship mode. We'll be right back with his robot mode. Alpha Trion, away! Okay, and we're back with Alpha Trion in his robot mode with all of his goodies and accessories with him. He's got his key, which, well, that's the only way you can really store it in robot mode. It doesn't serve a purpose. It's sort of, actually I think it detracts a bit from the look of him. That's how he looks without the key. And I think that looks a bit better than him having this key sort of in front of him. Just a quick look at the back. It's got a nice little Autobotto logo. There we go. So yeah. He looks weird with weapons. It's just the way I've sort of gotten to know the character. He's more of a sage than a fighter. I mean, when he was A3, he still wasn't really much of a fighter actually. So just put the sword back into his little sidey bit there. And straighten him out. He's got the usual articulation. He doesn't have a waist swivel, but that's just because, well, I don't know. It's probably because the original mold, or the original use of the mold had electronics in it. But yeah, I like how the little solar panels on his side come up to form his cape. I think that's a really good touch. It gives him a nice silhouette. Like I said, Betamax can attach to mini-com ports, but he doesn't have a handle. So he can only sort of be an arm-mounted side launcher. But I think I got this guy. Yeah, I have this guy sort of sitting at the front of the shelf because he's so tiny. You can't see him when he's at the back with Alpha Trion. You can't even see him when he's standing alongside Alpha Trion. He doesn't want to stand up properly either. My apologies. Where are we? There we go. He is a bit of a tripod with his gun barrel though. But that goes okay, I suppose. Move him back. Move him back. They fit in together now? There we go. They fit in pretty good. So how about some comparisons, eh? Here he is with the aforementioned Alpha Trizer. So Alpha Trion is actually a pretty big dude. Here he is with Combiner Wars Optimus Prime. I'll say that's a pretty good, let's see if we can get him standing side by side. There's a pretty good scale there, I would say. But for those of you that still think this Optimus Prime looks more monkey than truck, here he is with Henkei Optimus Prime. Yeah, kind of looks a bit, he looks a bit short in comparison. Like I usually envision these two sort of standing shoulder to shoulder. Anyway, so a bit more modern comparison. Here is Galvatron. Let's move him across a bit. So yeah, pretty decently sized Sage to the Autobots. Don't think anyone's going to be messing with him. So there was Alpha Trion with Betamax. Oh yes, Beta. I'll put his key on there. So before we go, I'm just going to do a quick little thing I created. So for those of you that have been watching my reviews since last year, I've done quite a few videos of finding a different headpiece for Galvatron. One of the videos I did last year involved removing the head for Galvatronus and sort of putting it on top. It didn't work, so I was taking the head off Cyclonus, Combiner War Cyclonus, taking the Galvatronus head off that and putting it onto this figure, which didn't work. So the head sort of went to the side. When this head came along from Shapeways, I took the Titan Master and the Nucleon. I took that whole gimmick removed from this figure and it's sort of been sitting off to the side. Well, a couple of weeks ago I was messing around with Cyclonus and I discovered something quite disturbing. You see, the cavity that's left inside Cyclonus's torso is the perfect size to fit Nucleon and his Titan Master holder part. You see? Nucleon with the helmet fits in perfectly. To Cyclonus. So I have, in a way, created the Cybertronian equivalent to Krang. Not sure if I'm going to keep this guy as an actual character or not, but it's an intriguing mindset I have, I guess. So, I don't know, maybe this Nucleon is going to try and get revenge on Galvatron for being removed as his Titan Master. But yeah, that was just a quick little video on the monster I have created, as well as Alpha TRION. Get back here. There we go. So again, thank you very much for watching the video. Going to have a couple of links show up about now, and next week we're going to be having a couple of more exclusives, I'm afraid. So do look forward to it, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye now.